Hello, I'm Rythian, and this is Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. This video is sponsored by Square Enix, and is meant to be a bit of a beginner's guide to show you how to get your start in the land of EORZEA. In this video we're going to go over some of the ways to level up your character in Final Fantasy XIV. The most common one, and probably the best one, is to quest, go along the main story and save the world. But if you want to do some things a little bit more on your own pace, you can always follow your hunting log and take out individual enemies that are important, or take part in the repeatable fates, the full active time events. First off, we're taking a look at the fate system, full active time event. There's sort of a public quest that occur periodically in real time around EORZEA. You can see what it is by mousing over the icon on your minimap. You will automatically join as soon as you enter. And it has a level sync system, which means that if you are above, you will get scaled down. So we're going to join this one. We see that this guy is currently in the process of fighting Griselda the Ungood. And hey, why not help? So brave little knight here is going to be spamming fire as much as we possibly can until Griselda goes down. Because we are lower level than 5, which is the appropriate level for this fate, we won't get 100% reward from this. That said, 200 experience isn't half bad. We also got some of those coins. That's our first fate done. There's going to be many to come. We have a side quest for killing these snapping shrews. We pick that up back in the city. So while you may follow the main story, which is generally the one you have special icons, you also have many side quests around in the world that you can spend doing whatever you want. A lot of time, the benefit of doing them is if they send you to the same area anyway, it's really handy to kill multiple mobs for the same reason. So for this one we need to get 5 of the shrew pelts from the snapping shrews. Now we learn Transpose here, which is kind of interesting because it switches Astral Fire with Umber Eyes, making for some interesting combos. But more interesting than that, we actually finished our first hunting log, which I'm going to go into detail soon. There's 2 more shrew pelts to find, and if we're lucky, they all drop them immediately. Great success. One more. For the most part here, I'm pretty much just spamming fire until I notice that I am running out of mana. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this whole system. I assume it's gonna get cooler in the future. As you can see, now that we finished the quest, they no longer have that little symbol above their nameplates. But speaking of symbols, you might have recognized this one over the huge hornet. This is because they are part of my hunting log. The hunting log is a record of our completion of tasks involving the slaying of certain creatures. Basically, there are certain creatures around the world which you need to kill that is listed in your log. The easiest way to show the menu is to press H, but otherwise you all can also just run around and when you see the little icon, kill a certain amount of them. So, we've already killed 3 of the snapping shrews. Turns out that they were actually needed for our hunting log as well. But as you can see, we need to kill 3 huge hornets, and later on we need to go to Western Thanalan to take out a little ladybug and a cactuar. Each of them gives an increasing amount of experience, and generally it is a very good way to level up. So let's take out this hornet, starting off with a nice critical fire. In fact, I think both of them are crits. That's good stuff. As you can see down in the chat box on the bottom left, it says record of huge hornet kill 1 out of 3. That's 2. This poor little level 1 huge hornet never knew it hit him. We are low on NP now. And there we go, hunting log complete. It gave us 180 experience. Nothing crazy. As you can see, the snapping shrew gave us a whole 410, so climbing up in the ranks is definitely worth it. There's a couple of more we can get here in Central Thanalan, which we might actually end up getting. You can see to sort of try to track them on the map. You see the area listed in the hunting log, and then you can sort of search out the area if you can find it listed on the map. If nothing else, there's always more fates you can go do. If you have decided that you're definitely not going to do the main quest. It's good, I find, to have a little bit of mix of everything. Oh, by the way, how cool am I? I gotta say, little LFLs are pretty cool. On the way to this area, we actually found the Selfie clouds, which is pretty good. These are level 5 mobs, and we are level 4, so technically they're a little bit harder, but mostly what that is noticeable is that they take a bunch of more fire spells to kill. But the real reason we came here is because we saw there was a fate. As you can see, we are still below the recommended level. This is a level 6 and we are level 4. But we should be okay. And if not, we can always kill these Selfie clouds. You can see on their nameplate, again, they have their own unique icons for being fate mobs, I suppose you can call them. Fate monsters, fate enemies. The Kikirin Shell Sweeper. That's the plan. They took out this poor brass blade. We must help. So here we go. While they're currently busy attacking this brass blade, we should be able to get a couple of good casts off. Before he even notices me, he's dead. These Kikirin have a sort of conal area of effect attack in front of them. You need to make sure to block if they decide to do it. So far they've all gone down though. We are getting the chain bonus for these, which is quite nice. There we go. You see that thing on the ground? Hooray! Right in the middle of the fate, we level up to level 5, which is very good. Because if you might remember, the class quest we had for the Thaumaturge Guild said that we could pick up the next quest at level 5, which is what you are right now. We're going to wait here and finish off the fate. Keep alternating blizzards and fires as our magic points allow. There we go. This is the first one that hasn't even been targeted by any of the brass blades. So there you go. You have to avoid that stuff. Make sure you don't take any damage. We've taken some damage at the moment. We're about 74 health. But we regen, and mostly they take time attacking the brass blades. So we should be alright. As long as we don't get hit by this big area of effects, we'll be fine. Should only be 1 or 2 left, and then the fate should be complete. Got out just in time for that one. Hooray! We have leveled up again! As you can see, it could be pretty valuable doing fates. Not only do you kill a lot of enemies in the process, you also get a nice chunk of finishing experience when you're done. So now, we've reached level 6 and we've gotten Thunder. Thunder is a damage over time effect, so generally we start battles by using damage over time, which will then keep ticking, doing damage, while we start channeling our fire and our blizzard. Should only need 1 or 2 more surfeits. There we go. That gave us a nice chunk as well. 530. And suddenly we have gone from level 3 to level 6 quite quickly. This little ladybug would never know it hit it. One thing you gotta be careful of though, when you're walking around these areas, is that you accidentally don't target the wrong enemies. most of the time you should be fine, and in these earlier levels, the enemies tend to ignore you if you just walk past them. You have to actually attack them to aggro them. You don't want to accidentally attack this giant tortoise. That would have not gone so well. Let's just finish off with the ladybugs and the cactuars. You need to finish all 10 of the first rank of the hunting log to move on to the second and third and so on and so on. But within the first 10 you can take them in any order. This should be the last cactuar. Now we just need to find one more little ladybug. You're lucky, little cactuar, we're leaving you alone. There we go. Our last target. And we're done. Most of the hunter log has been taken down all the way to level 5. We have more stuff to get eventually. We have 7, 8, and 9 as well as 6. But that should be easy enough to do once we get there. This is the person who wanted the shrew pelts. They are indeed fine shrew pelts. You'll find many of these side quests around in the world, and often they give you a reward that you get to pick. And we picked up some nice leather sandals. I'm gonna put them on eventually. But for now, it's time to return to the Thaumaturge Guild, and while we're here, we can pick up another side quest. This is Erasmus. He is writing a book about the creatures of Eorzea, specifically of the creatures of Thanalan. But really what he wants is just that we kill some marmots, and that should be a very, very easy quest. Again, it's usually always worth picking up. Most of the quests are pretty straightforward and usually just involve killing monsters. Sometimes something else, but yes. Alright, Kokobuki, we are level 5. Yes, our burgeoning power strains against the confines of our untried mortality. The threat of intimacy. Okay, let's go have a chat with Kokobuki. No, Kokobigo. That last part makes me queasy. Apart from the agony of being hit or stabbed or worse. Alright, we're going to ambush a vulture by placing a nice little bit of trap. You got it, Kokobigo. We are on our way. The class quests are basically just as important as your main quest storyline, so let's make sure we place the dried fish. Here we go. Right click, use, and you're good to go. And now we need to wait, but not just wait anywhere, we need to wait at a specific location. And then all of a sudden, the vulture has appeared. He wants his dried fish. Unluckily for him, we have no intention of letting him have a nice fish dinner. We didn't move out quite fast enough there. I stayed to finish a casting of a spell. Sometimes that's a really bad idea. Hello, Fafafono. These Lalafels have great names. A bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry, indeed. He has the same haircut I do. Indeed, I slew myself a plump vulture. My brothers? Does he know the Coco brothers? Shrug. Fafafono still has another quest for me, it looks like. With a nice experience reward. Just kill a bunch of goblins. You got it, Fufafono. I'm off to kill myself some goblins. Hello, Erasmus. I've got your marmot blood. Aha! Now that's more like it. A proper wizard hat. Can't be a real wizard without a real wizard hat. Let's put it on before we talk to them. Let's see. This is inventory. We need to go to our character. Armory, I think. There we go. Head. Hempen hat. Oh yeah. That's a proper wizard hat. I like it. I am cool. Real cool. Hello, Kokobigo. I have done my task. Both eyes intact, face unshredded. Indeed. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I love the look of loathing leveled at me by the distant duelist distressed. That's impressive. That's some nice alliteration. Ah, yes, here he is. Kokobusi? Aww. He's really sad. Some sibling drama. Oh dear. Their youngest brother. His etheric levels are pitifully low. Well, I don't know about you, but I sense a future storyline about to be finished. We'll have to deal with that later, though. For now, we finish the quest. Let's pick up this ring. And I believe we also got something else. Yes! A staff! Now we're a proper wizard. With a staff and a hat. What else is needed to be a proper wizard, am I right? Now, the main quest has us follow this little girl. I say girl, she's a Lalafa like me. I'm sure she's much older. If we're above level 8, we sink down. Well, we are below level 8. We're level 7 at the moment. But we'll be fine. This is in a special instance battle. Let's do it.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear. Show yourself!
As you command, O Lilira. Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one the Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person. Alas, the station master will have to wait. Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way. As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
Here we go. We need to defeat the Blancas. Alright, it's a Blanca. This handsome stranger seems to be doing much of the tanking, so we are fairly free to sit back here and channel our spells. Gotta remember to keep the thunder rolling. That damage over time is going to be quite useful. Otherwise, we'll be alternating blizzard and fire as our MP allows. As you can see, when fully loaded, the fire spell costs 38 mana, which is quite a lot. But we do regen as we go. We're back up to full now. Keep blasting. It's going down. It's level 12. We are only level 7, so it might take a while. But the timer on the quest log says we have about 26 minutes, so we should be fine. Oh. Fantastic. It's got friends. Alright, well these are only level 4. They died to 2 blizzards, it seems like. Stay close if you want me to heal you. Well, we haven't lost a lot of health, but sure, go ahead. It's not really healing me. That's fine. We have a very slow health regen, as you might see. I guess we're high enough that he doesn't think it's needed yet. Alright, let's try to take these out from as long range as possible. One more. More of them. I want to spend my time killing the big guy. Oh, here we go. Thank you. That was a cure for 347 health. That's quite a lot of health. Like well over twice what we have already. And there we go. Kind of felt I got a little bit carried, I'm gonna be honest, but I held my own. I held my own.
Whew.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the crystal vision. I think that's something you should see for yourself.
Ah, coming around now.
Would you mind telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void scent? Yeah, but how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream? No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt. Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness. I suspect we shall meet again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
And that's one of the first main storyline quests. You'll have a lot of those as you level up. This is only the beginning. That's it for the video on how to level up in Final Fantasy XIV. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to check the details for the selfie competition in the description below. You can win some quite cool stuff, and who knows, maybe you get lucky. Stay tuned for next video where we go over a little bit of group content, including dungeons. It's going to be exciting. Until then, goodbye.